Hello everyone. Welcome to today's U.S. News Update. The controversial federal immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota, known as Operation Metro Surge, is coming to an end, the White House border czar has announced. For more than 10 weeks, federal immigration agents from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and Border Patrol were deployed to Minnesota, particularly around Minneapolis and St. Paul. This operation was one of the largest immigration enforcement efforts in recent history and drew strong reactions from local leaders, residents, and national observers. Federal announcement. Border czar Tom Homan told reporters in Minneapolis that President Donald Trump accepted his request to conclude the surge and begin withdrawing personnel. Homan said Minnesota has become less of a sanctuary state because of increased cooperation between local officials and federal agencies. He described the surge as a great success and said officials were able to greatly reduce the number of targets for enforcement action. Homan also stated that ICE had made numerous arrests during the crackdown, including some undocumented immigrants with convictions for serious crimes. Although thousands of agents were deployed, Homan confirmed that a small federal presence will remain in Minnesota temporarily to oversee the drawdown and help transition enforcement back to local ICE field offices. Drawdown and ongoing presence. Earlier this month, Homan ordered about 700 federal agents to leave Minnesota immediately, reducing the size of the force on the ground. Officials say many more officers will be reassigned in the coming days as part of this drawdown. Despite the reduction, a significant number of federal personnel will still remain in the state for some time to finish ongoing work and ensure security during the transition. Behind the operation. Operation Metro Surge began in December last year under the Trump administration's broader immigration enforcement initiative. It brought federal agents into Minnesota to carry out arrests tied to removal orders and other immigration violations. The operation has been marked by controversy. Local officials have objected to the federal presence, describing it as heavy-handed, while protests erupted statewide, including after 2 U.S. citizens were killed during clashes involving federal officers. Local reaction. Minnesota's Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey have both raised concerns about the operation's impact on civil liberties and public safety. They had been in talks with federal officials about scaling back the deployment. Local cooperation with federal law enforcement, including agreements to notify ICE when released inmates might be deportable, was cited by Homan as one reason for reducing the size of the operation. Ongoing enforcement. Homan made clear that ending the surge does not mean an end to immigration enforcement in Minnesota or nationwide. He said a smaller federal footprint will remain and ICE will continue its work focusing on high-priority targets. The end of the surge reflects both improved coordination with local law enforcement and a shift in strategy after weeks of protests and political debate. That's the latest update on the end of the Minnesota immigration enforcement surge and what it means for federal and local law enforcement. If you found this update helpful, please like and subscribe for more daily USUs in simple English with AI narration. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.